Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring Hellborn. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review featuring this tabletop RPG, where you play as fallen angels, demons and lost souls that attempt to make a name for themselves in a hell touched by cybernetics, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about Superbia, the Ring of Pride. Residing in the upper corner of hell, the Pride Ring serves as the unholy bastion of Emperor Lucifer's army of fallen angels, while also being the wealthiest and the most prestigious ring of the Dark Realms. The Pride Ring, known as Lucifer's domain of course, is filled with luscious hills, green and dense forests, clean lakes, and contemporary cities. But none of them can be compared to the capital city of the Ring and the Dark Realms as a whole. However, while the Pride Ring is considered to be one of the safer places in hell, horrors still lurk within its barriers. Let's talk about the denizens of this ring. First we have the Dark Angels. Throughout history, the sin of pride has been considered the most dangerous and damning of the 7 deadly sins, the vile foundation from which all other sins arise. Dark angels are the ones that represent pride at its most powerful and most dangerous. What makes the demons of light special compared to the other creatures of the Dark Realms is their divine heritage. The great majority of the Dark Angel population have their origins, births, or creations within the grounds of heaven itself, being raised and taught among other angels under the guidance of the first triad. The primary boon of the Dark Angels is the Divinus, one that is used not only by their kind, but also by the Oif Effects and, to an extent, their renegade relatives. Through Divinus, the angels receive various abilities that relate to the miracles and divine feats they could perform when they were angels, but twisted and disturbed because of hell's influence over their minds and bodies. Then we have the Oif Effects. Angels, both pious and fallen alike, are well documented in the infernal codexes of hell. The so-called Oif Effects, however, are a bit more curious. Thought to be the manifestation of God's vast intelligence, ranked highly among the smartest beings in the spiritual realm, their methods of work are considered dangerous, heretical, and even threatening to the thin balance of life and death. The history of the Oif Effects is an unusual one, as different records claim different origins of their existence. One of the oldest divine tomes, translated as God's Paintings of the Next World, from Enochian, tells of ethereal beings that have manifested within the spiritual realm in ages that preceded even Genesis. Suffice to say, they are beings granted physical bodies of metal and flesh, and given a new purpose, to build the foundation of the afterlife at the side of their creator. In a world where biological life forms make up the predominant population, the Oif Effects pride themselves on being fully mechanical entities, crafted by Yahweh himself. The Oif Effects have mastered the boon of Thanatos, allowing them to shape the forces of life and death as they so desire. We also have information on the Renegades, which are quite similar to the Dark Angels. To fall means many things, whether it is the literal act of being pulled to the ground, or the gradual change of one who surrenders to their lowest instinct. The Renegades, out of all the fallen, know both paths the best. Unlike Oif Effects and Dark Angels, who still cling to their heavenly nature, Renegades have completely forsaken their old, inferior form, in favor of a new physical form that is much better adapted to their life in hell. Much like their fellow divine brethren, Renegades once resided as creatures of heaven, but they did not fall to corruption or overzealousness in their duty as others did. They fell willingly, refusing to bow to the whims of Yahweh and his dominion. Like all creatures coming from heaven, Renegades have Divinus as their boon. However, with their physical changes, So did their boon change to more monstrous manifestations. Once marvelous divine creatures, renegades have undergone a painful process to twist their nature and physical form. They shed their original role to have a more humanoid form, embracing all its impurities. Next we have information on the New Dawn. If there was ever a capital of hell, it would be New Dawn, also known as Nueva Aurora. New Dawn was once a settlement of fallen angels that worked together to survive in this new and hostile world. Located in the vicinity of Lake Morningstar, a mythical lake from which it is said that Lucifer himself and his cohort rose after their banishment for treachery and rebellion against Yahweh, as well as the wellspring of hell's cleanest waters, the luxurious city serves as the epicenter of all business, politics, and transport. We have details on the Lucifer district. Around the early 9th century AD, a portion of Lake Morningstar was filled with dirt and mud and turned into an artificial island. This became Lucifer district. We also have information on Eden district, also known simply as Eden. It was the first major district of New Dawn. It was founded shortly after the Morningstar Rebellion. The Eden district is decorated with various monuments that were remade after their destruction, such as the Tower of Babel. Then we have Michael district. The Michael district was constructed during the first wave of expansion, soon after Lucifer became emperor. It has been designated as a mostly industrial and commercial district, with advanced corporate departments and small businesses in the north. We also have Lilith district. Built at the request of Lucifer to honor the Empress of Hell, the Lilith district is filled to the brim with centers of the arts such as museums, theaters, and parks, with dozens of beautiful plants and statues made from alabaster, granite, and of course marble, and even replicas of many important historical human landmarks. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about Acedia, the Ring of Sloth. When it comes to this Ring of Pride, I think it is going to be highly important in many of the campaigns. Being the seat of power of Lucifer himself, this is a great place to start and end an entire campaign. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. This has been Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master. If you want me to run a game for you, please check out the pinned comment below. And remember, roleplay solves everything. Once again, thank you, and see you later.